Hey guys, it's Angie with Lucky Little Learners, and I'm here to talk to you guys about sound walls. Chances are pretty good that your school district has started training you on the science of reading and the research behind it, whether that be Orton-Gillingham training, letters training, and others. But I'm here to just share with you some of the basics behind a sound wall. Now, let me start with saying this. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm going to share the basics. We are curriculum designers. We provide curriculum that is based upon research, and then it's up to you to provide yourself with the training on how to use it. We do provide some basic explanations to go with it, but I'm going to share with you some of the information I've learned along the way based upon the research. Now, before I get started showing you all about the sound wall that we provide, a couple of disclaimers. So first of all, the first disclaimer is this. I know that there are a lot of TPT sellers out there that have these. Choose wisely. And when you're choosing, base it off the research. So start with that. Second thing I want to share is the team over here at Lucky Little Learners is a very diverse team of teachers. And the ones that have helped with creating this sound wall and checked and triple checked it have all been trained. So I'm prefacing with that. I'm going to flip this camera around and we're going to talk about some of the basics behind the sound wall, how ours is different, why we chose to include what we have. And I would love to hear from you if you have any questions, any comments, any thoughts. Again, not an expert. We provide the resources. It's up to you to get the training, but I am here to also help with answering any questions. So let's go ahead and turn the camera. In fact, Elsa, Jennifer, Meredith, Chuck, Kimberly, Jenna, good to see you in here. All right, so here is the Lucky Little Learners sound wall, and here's what I'm going to start with. A sound wall has kind of two areas. They've got something called the vowel valley, and then they have something for consonants, okay? A sound wall and a word wall are very different things. A sound wall, and I'm just going to kind of go through little bits and pieces as I'm talking here. A sound wall is a way to organize the sounds or the phonemes, same thing, sounds and phonemes, and the spelling patterns for the students to use as a reference when they are spelling and reading words. And you'll see right away, if you're not familiar with sound walls, there's a very specific way in which it is organized. The vowel valley, it's done like that on purpose. So if you are going to do a sound wall this year, it's important that you know how to hang them. And we have notes about that in this product. It's all intentionally placed in certain places for a reason. The difference between sound wall and word walls are organized in alphabetical manner. So they're organized by beginning letters. That's not what you're going to see here. You're going to see that these are organized by phonemes. So if you just look here specifically, the different ways to make the long A sound, you've got several choices, and that's how this is organized, okay? When you are doing this in your classroom, I will preface it with this. You're not going to hang all of these and have it visual for the kids. These are not all going to be up there and ready for them to start. It is suggested by the research that you do not include or show any of the sounds until you've introduced them. Same with the words. Okay, so you'll see here that if I were to have this up and ready at the beginning of the year, what I'm actually going to do, I like to assemble them all ahead of time. Why? Because I want to visually see that I have enough space. Okay, that's important to me because I don't want to get halfway done and get mid-year and realize I didn't allow for enough room or I squeezed things together too much. And so I am going to lay mine out. But here's where, I may be a little bit type A, but here's why I'm doing this, why I'm allowed to do this. Once I've got it laid out like this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and we provide you with lock cards like this to cover up the mouth articulation cards and the phonemes and the words so that they do not see them until it is time to introduce those, okay? So that's something worth noting. Maybe you're okay with just including, maybe the headers or something. That's up to you. You get to decide. Hope, that's a great question. She says, what if I don't have enough wall space for this? Well, here's the answer to that. So one of the things, I wish you could see the size of these boards, you guys. These boards are not that big. This is not a very big board, and that's what I had to work with. So what I did was I went in and printed off one page, and I started with printing it to scale at 70%, and I realized that was still a bit too big, so I went down to 60%. And at 60%, ours fit perfectly, okay? Again, these are small boards. These are not very long. I would guess this is about, 4.5 feet across, so not very big. I think the standard bulletin board size is like 2 of these, so you could take a standard bulletin board and put both of them on each, like half, okay? So anyways, that's partially what I want to say there. The other thing I want to say is this. When you're reading the research on sound walls, science of reading, going through the Orton-Gillingham training, letters training, they're going to say that the kids should be helping you come up with these words, okay? I have these up here already just to kind of show you what a finished product would look like, okay? We provide you with little blank spaces so that you could put these up and write on them as your kids give you the words. So envision this to be kind of like right here, okay? That's an option for you. You could do that. Or you could have the kids make a list for you and then add in those word cards after they've come up with their own words. Okay, you've got some options there. Some other options I have seen and that we've included is just the phonemes themselves being part of the sound wall. So maybe you're going to take this sound, you're going to pull these off, and as you're introducing each of the phonemes, you're going to place the phonemes up there instead, and then the words underneath. This is up to you. This is why we've included all these options, because we find it's important for you guys to have a choice. And truly, every administration is different. I have heard from so many teachers that say, our administration says we need to have, we need to have blank spaces for the words. We need to have mouths that are very distinctive. And let me talk about the mouths real quick. Okay. One of the things that I have heard from some teachers is I need real photos here. And I get that. That is a choice we decided to make by including graphics. And I want to tell you why we did that. If your district is not super picky on that, which most are not, the graphics I prefer, because from what I have seen, when they provide sound walls with the kids' faces, to me, it is not clear the difference between a this and a this with the pictures. That's just a personal opinion of mine. If you are a stickler on this and you're like, nope, I need to have photos there, just don't use these. Pull up your own, have your kids come up, and as you learn the phonemes, take a picture and place them up. And that would actually create a lot of ownership with the kids and their sound wall. So again, the training is going to explain a lot of these things you see here. A lot of times I get questions about that. That's something that you're going to want to refer to the training on, because I'm not going to claim to be an expert on those areas. But this is the consonant wall, okay? As far as how you can use this wall, I'm just going to kind of go through that real quick with you, because we had a lot of questions in our Facebook group about this. So a sound wall, like I started saying, can be empty at the beginning of the year, okay? Maybe you just include the little headers. It will grow as you teach your kids the sound and spelling patterns, okay? You can use that lock icon that we talked about to cover up the ones you haven't introduced yet, and you're going to introduce them one sound at a time, okay? You're going to draw the students' attention to what your mouth is doing when you say the sound, and that's where these mouth articulation cards are going to be a nice visual for the kids to see how they're supposed to form the sound, okay? There is a brain connection there with those, and that is very intentional. It says we're going to focus their attention on the letters and the articulation card on the sound wall. Connect how the clip art picture uses the sound. Add words to the blank card like we talked about over here. You can have a blank card instead of the word cards. to use underneath each sound. Be sure to demonstrate how the students can use the sound wall as a reference tool. Again, this is a reference tool for the kids. You're really going to incorporate that through the year. When they're spelling words and they're reading words, this is a tool for the students, okay? Let's see, what else do I want to share about these? Let's go back over to the consonant ones. One question we've had questions about individual sound walls. So I should have grabbed it. I printed it somewhere. We do provide individual sound walls that match these. And I do think it's important to note that it's important that their individual sound wall matches the one on the wall. Ours does that, so that when they're looking at their sound wall at their desk, it is going to match the one on the wall. And the other thing I wanted to say about that is that one of the teachers in our Facebook group said, actually, I really, really don't want to print those small and to scale. I don't have a lot of space. And so they said, can we just print the individual sound walls and enlarge them poster size? I thought, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. So know that that's also an option. I wanted to give you just real quick some feedback from teachers that have already purchased this. We have some pictures over on our blog, actually, luckylittlelearners.com, of different teachers and their sound walls already up in their classrooms. If you want to go over there, it's one of our most recent posts. I think we posted it yesterday, actually. But I want to read to you what Kate V had to say, because Kate V is one of the many teachers that purchased the sound wall. And she says, I've been doing a lot of research and taking courses on the science of reading, and this resource complements what I've been learning. So Kate V, thank you for that. We really appreciate the feedback in our store. And then Jennifer G says, this is so crazy good and timely. I'm just digging into the science of reading, and this is a big help. I'm so thankful for all the resources you make. So thank you, Jennifer. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's our sound wall. Those are the basics. Like I said, we have done a lot of research before creating this. This was not something we just threw together quick. This was definitely researched. We provide lots of options for you, and we really want it to be something that teachers feel is a powerful tool in their classroom, a powerful instructional tool. And we are really excited about how it turned out and the feedback we're already hearing from teachers. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I'm going to link a bunch of research that I have used and have read and watched, videos, articles that I have used prior to creating this. I'll drop those in the comments for you guys. And I also encourage you to just read through the comments and see what other teachers are saying about this. This could be a really good thread for you to have conversation with other teachers about this topic, because I know it's a hot topic right now in America. So anyways, there you have it. I will be back with a couple more lives yet today. So I hope that you are following our page, and I will talk with you soon.